Yeah. Big baby JTV, man. Like, comment, sub. Road to 1K, man. Road to 1K. We're going to get there slowly but surely. You feel me? But let's get into it, man. Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley 2, man. If y'all been living under a rock, okay, I want to tell you that on Saturday night, Mr. T Wood got knocked the F out. Yes, I'm trying to cuss less because, YouTube's that type of platform. Your boy trying to get monetized. You feel me? But Mr. T Wood got knocked the F out. The wood got put on wood, all right? And he hit the wood, which is the canvas, okay? So long story short, for about 5.5 rounds, you know what I'm saying, Tyron Woodley and Jake Paul were hugging it out. They wasn't fighting it out. They was hugging it out. There was literally, a cut on Jake Paul's, I believe his forehead, right, caused by an elbow or maybe a headbutt by Wood, you know what I'm saying? And there was also a straight-up takedown attempt. It was a wrestling move. So while Tyron Woodley and Jake Paul were in the clinch, which they were 99% of the fight, T Wood just said, F it, I'm going to go MMA, and gave him like a full real takedown, right? To be honest, it was kind of hype. It was kind of lit. I kind of wanted it to go MMA style because we keep on seeing MMA guys fall in the trap of boxing, right? And that's such a completely different sport. And this is my commentary on the matter, right? I'm going to start off with the Tyron Woodley piece first, and I'm going to end this off with Jake Paul. So the first thing is that T Wood should not have been boxing Jake Paul. He was a last-minute replacement, of course, right? But Woodley did not look in full shape, bro. He looked a little fluffy. He was 191 pounds, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was walking 200, you know what I'm saying, before he heard about the fight. And he should have pulled the trigger, bro. This is the same thing that's happened with T Wood in his last, I say 5 of his last 6 fights. The only fight where he really pulled the trigger was against Vicente Luque, but Vicente Luque is already a better fighter than him. He's already in his apex, right? T Wood is 40 years old, bro, right? And he hasn't pulled the trigger in most of his recent fights. What do I mean pull the trigger? Meaning that T Wood has been too cautious, meaning he's been playing it too easy, meaning he's not throwing his powerful, aggressive shots, and he's not finishing it into full combinations, okay? That was what was happening in MMA. If you see his fight against Nick Burns, you know what I'm saying? If you see his fight against Colby Covington, same thing. If you see his fight against Usman, same thing. You know what I mean? He was not going fully 100. He was not going full through. He was trying to be too much of a counterpuncher, right? And the issue is, if you're being a counterpuncher, which I personally believe Jake Paul is a counterpuncher, right? He's not a brawler. He's not initiating. He's a counterpuncher, right? And people make the mistake of when they fight Jake Paul is that they expect him to come in rah, full out and gas out. No, Jake Paul, I'll be honest with you, he is a pretty smart boxer. He waits for the spots to open up. And that's how we knocked out Tyron, because Tyron was tired, because Tyron was not in shape, okay? Keep in mind that Jake Paul might be a clown. Jake Paul might be, goofy as hell and super corny and basically a douche, right? But Jake Paul trains. Jake Paul stays in shape, and Jake Paul probably does steroids. You mix all of that together. You mix the fact that Jake Paul has, no matter what you think about it, 5 professional fights. Before this one, he had 4, right? Professional fights. So they will go on his official record, right? And Tyron Woodley has had only 1, right? And that was against Jake Paul. And 1, as you have noticed, is less than 4. So what's happening here is that Jake Paul is improving, right? And he's not a boxer, by the way. I just want to remind y'all this. He's not a boxer because he's not fought a single boxer. He is an entertainer. right? And if you look at him as just an entertainer, period, then this whole fighting celebrity cockfighting, because that's what it is, it's celebrity cockfighting. This whole thing, this whole show that he's doing is smart. It's smart. It makes him a lot of money. It makes his promotion a lot of money. It makes a lot of advertisers a lot of money. Showtime Boxing a lot of money. So he's going to keep on doing this. I'm telling you right now, Jake Paul will not fight a boxer until his 10th or maybe 12th fight. And for me, I personally believe he should never fight a boxer. Let me repeat. He should never, ever fight a boxer. He should never even think about fighting Canelo. He shouldn't think about fighting anybody. He had Victor Ortiz on his list. Absolutely not. Do not fight a single boxer. Don't fight Floyd. Don't fight none of them. Okay? Why? Because that's how the money runs out. Why is Conor McGregor not a big attraction no more? I'll let you know. Very easy. He got beat and destroyed by Khabib. Conor McGregor is never going to be an MMA UFC champion. It's never going to happen because the competition has gotten too big. Why did Ronda Rousey flame out? Because she fought somebody who's better than her, who's way more talented, called Holly Holm. And that's how you lose the hype train, bro. That's how you lose the hype train. You lose the hype train by fighting people who can actually beat you. Instead, Jake Paul should do what all these, amateur promoters do. Well, most of these promoters do. Give and get tomato cans, okay? So, I say Jake Paul should not touch Nate Diaz. He should not touch Jorge Masvidal. He should touch Le'Veon Bell or any other clown who thinks that they can beat him. Tommy Fury, he would have destroyed Tommy Fury, right? And it's not to say that Jake is some crazy elite boxer. No, Jake is an amateur boxer who sets up his fights to win. He's Butterbean, bruh. Y'all remember Butterbean? That's what Jake Paul is. So Jake Paul is a genius at what he's doing. Genius at marketing, genius at promo, and genius at fighting old washed bums who have not won in a long time and who don't even know how to box. For real, for real. That's what he did to Woodley, and that's the news. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below, man. Like, comment, sub. Do you think the Jake Paul grift is going to keep on going? I think so, man. I don't think he'll fight a real fighter until his 10th or 12th fight. And it is what it is. Like, comment, sub. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. And I'm out, bro.